Welcome back, collectors and treasure hunters. You're watching Coin Collector Hub, your ultimate destination for discovering rare coins that might be hiding right in your pocket change. And today, we've got a banger for you. We're diving into the 1983 D 1-cent Liberty coin, a humble-looking penny that's turning heads in the numismatic world. What if I told you that this small copper-plated coin, struck over 4 decades ago, could be worth up to $213 million today? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, hold on to your magnifying glasses, because we're about to uncover the shocking history, valuable secrets, and the hidden riches behind this legendary coin. The year was 1983. Ronald Reagan was in the White House, Return of the Jedi ruled the box office, and the U.S. economy was emerging from a recession. It was also the year that the Denver Mint struck millions of 1-cent coins bearing the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but 1983 wasn't just another year for pennies. It marked a pivotal moment in U.S. coin history. You see, just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change. They stopped making pennies out of 95% copper. Due to rising metal costs, the Mint switched to zinc-based planchets coated in copper. This change drastically reduced production costs, but it also created a perfect storm for rare errors and valuable varieties. So when we look at the 1983 D penny, it's more than just a post-transition coin. It's part of a bigger historical shift that led to one of the most confusing and exciting eras for collectors. The 1983 D Lincoln cent features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor D. Brenner. Look closely under the date, and you'll spot the D Mint mark, representing the Denver Mint. The Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Casparo. If you squint just right, you can even make out a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue inside, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating, but, as we'll see, not all 1983 DS followed the rules. Approximately 2.5 grams over 6.4 billion were produced. Yes, billion with a B. So, how can one of these be worth more than a private island? Here's where things get juicy. Despite billions of these coins being minted, not all were created equal. There have been reports of 1983 D copper planchet errors. That's right. Some coins were accidentally struck using the old copper planchets from before 1982. These rare mix-ups are known as transition errors, and they're among the most valuable pennies in circulation today. In 2013, a genuine 1983 D penny struck on a copper planchet was authenticated by PCGS and sold for over $17,000 at auction. But that's just the beginning. Some 1983 D coins show double dies, particularly on the reverse lettering. Look at 1 cent or E pluribus unum under magnification. A strong double die can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And what if you find a full red, mint state gem with 0 blemishes? That's where the big money starts rolling in. Now let's talk money. A typical worn 1983 D penny found in circulation might be worth, well, 1 cent, but here's the catch: if you find one in pristine condition, especially graded MS67 red or higher by PCGS or NGC, you could be holding a coin worth $7,000 to $15,000 or more. Combine that with a dramatic error, like a double die or copper planchet mistake, and the value skyrockets. Now brace yourselves. Some collectors and experts speculate that a perfect, museum-grade 1983 D penny, with multiple rare attributes, could command a jaw-dropping $213 million in a private collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. $213 million. Is it hype? Is it myth? Or is someone out there willing to pay that much to complete the ultimate penny collection? Regardless, one thing is for sure, the 1983 D has earned its place as one of the most talked about coins in modern U.S. numismatic history. Before you start checking every jar of pennies at grandma's house, here's what to look for. In 1983 D penny with no visible damage or wear full red luster. Check for doubling on the reverse. Weigh the coin. If it's 3.1 grams, it may be copper. Get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Even if you find one in excellent shape, it could be worth far more than face value. So there you have it, the story of the 1983 D1 cent Liberty coin, a tiny piece of history with the potential to unlock life-changing value. From a simple penny in your pocket to a multi-million-dollar rarity, this coin proves that treasure can still be hiding in plain sight. So go check your change, look through your old collections, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to find a $213 million penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another hidden coin treasure here on Coin Collector Hub. Today, we're going to explore why the 1983 1-cent Liberty coin is one of the most underrated and intriguing coins in circulation. So grab your magnifying glass, because this coin might just be hiding in your change jar, and it could be worth up to $213 in today's market. Let's go back in time, to the year 1983. Ronald Reagan was president, compact discs were the future of music, and the economy was recovering from a deep recession. But in the world of coinage, something subtle, yet significant, was happening. The Lincoln cent had been in circulation since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it featured the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, the first U.S. coin to bear a real person's face. Over the decades, it underwent a few design tweaks, but the biggest changes came in 1982. In 1982, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a major switch. Pennies were no longer made entirely of copper. Instead, they started minting coins with a zinc core and a thin copper plating. That change carried into 1983, but with a twist. By 1983, all pennies were supposed to be struck on the new copper-plated zinc planchets. However, as with many transitional years in coinage, some anomalies and unique variants emerged, and that's where things get exciting for collectors. The 1983 1-cent coin was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Now get this, in total, over 14 billion Lincoln cents were struck in 1983 across all mints. That's right, billions. You'd think that would make these coins common and low value, right? Well, not exactly. What makes the 1983 penny so collectible isn't just the sheer number minted, it's the mystery and rarity hiding among them. Some 1983 pennies have what's known as a double die reverse, DDR, where the lettering and Lincoln Memorial appear doubled due to a misalignment during striking. This error is highly sought after and can fetch hundreds of dollars depending on the condition. And here's the kicker: some extremely rare 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets left over from 1982. These shouldn't even exist, but a handful have been discovered. If you think you've got one, you can do a simple test: drop it on a hard surface, copper penny's ring, zinc one's thud. Or weigh it. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc one is about 2.5 grams. These copper 1983 pennies are exceedingly rare, with only a few confirmed by PCGS and NGC, and they've sold at auction for over $15,000. So let's talk real-world value. What's a 1983 penny worth today if you just found it in your spare change? For a regular circulated 1983 Lincoln cent, value ranges from 1 cent to $0.10. Uncirculated 30 cents to $2.50. High-grade $40 to $1.50. Proof coins $3 to $15, depending on grade, and those rare error coins, $100 to $300 plus $10,000 to $18,000 plus. But in some collector circles and recent auctions, particularly graded and pristine examples, have shown an increased demand, pushing market values as high as $213. You might be wondering, with billions made, why should I care about this particular coin? Well, the 1983 penny represents a pivotal era in American minting history. It's a coin born in the wake of economic change, forged during a transition in materials, and riddled with mysterious variations. It's more than just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of American adaptation, innovation, and for collectors, an opportunity to uncover treasure in plain sight. So next time you go through your change jar, keep your eyes peeled for that 1983 Lincoln cent. We've shown you what to look for, now the hunt is up to you. Could your penny be worth over $213? Or maybe even more? Comment below if you've ever found a rare 1983 penny, or if you're planning to start your search today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode from Coin Collector Hub. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that you've probably seen in your change 100 times, but what if I told you it might be worth up to $213? Yep, I'm talking about the 1984 1-cent Liberty coin, that little copper beauty that might be hiding in your piggy bank with a big secret. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this is one coin you don't want to overlook. Voiceover with coin images and 1980s footage. The year is 1984, Ronald Reagan is president, the Cold War is still in full swing, MTV is booming, and personal computers are starting to enter homes across America. In the midst of all this, the U.S. Mint quietly produces over 8.1 billion 1-cent coins. Now, the design wasn't new. The coin still featured the iconic Lincoln Memorial reverse, originally introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse, or front of the coin, bore the familiar bust of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. But here's the twist: 1984 is notable for being one of the final years when most pennies were still made of 95% copper. Just a year before, in 1983, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to using a zinc core with copper plating to save on rising copper costs. So depending on when your 1984 penny was minted, it could be one of the last copper heavyweights, or one of the early zinc-based issues. And yes, that makes a difference in both value and collector appeal. The 1984 Lincoln cent was produced at two locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint marked; Denver Mint, marked with a D. While these numbers might seem overwhelming, what makes this coin exciting isn't just the mintage, but the errors and varieties that slipped through the cracks. One of the most famous varieties of the 1984 penny is the 1984 double-ear Lincoln cent, a dramatic double-die obverse variety where Lincoln appears to have a second ear below his original. It's bold, it's dramatic, and yes, it's real. Collectors go absolutely wild for this variety. In pristine condition, think Mint State 65, MS 65, or better, these double-ear cents have sold for over $1,500 at auction. Let's break down the composition of the 1984 cent. Most were struck with the new post-1982 formula, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating. But some early strikes may still use solid copper planchets left over from 1982, making them highly collectible. Copper cents weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams, so if you want to test your 1984 penny, pull out a precise digital scale and weigh it. Collectors love copper cents not just for their metal content, but because they have more heft and feel real. That gives copper versions a slightly better edge in the resale market. Now, the big question: what's the 1984 penny worth today? In circulated condition, most 1984 cents are worth just about 1 to 5 cents, especially if they're worn and made of zinc. But don't let that fool you. If you find a 1984 double-ear variety, even in slightly circulated condition, it can fetch $50 to $150 or more. And for those lucky enough to have a certified MS65 plus graded coin, especially with red luster, the coin can easily be worth over $200. Today, the current market value for a high-grade 1984 Lincoln cent, particularly one with a dramatic variety or mint error, can go up to $213 or more, depending on rarity and condition. So how can you tell if your 1984 penny is a jackpot? Check the weight. Copper equals 3.11 g, zinc equals 2.5 g. Look for doubling, especially around the year and date. Mint mark, Denver, D. Varieties may have stronger strikes. Color matters. Red luster coins fetch higher prices. Condition is king. The better it looks, the more it's worth. You might also want to get it graded by PCGS or NGC. A small investment that can greatly increase the coin's sale value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1984 Lincoln cent is a must-check coin in your pocket change. With over 14 billion struck, chances are you've got one lying around. But remember, it's not just about what it says on the coin, it's about what you can see. That tiny doubling, that subtle shift in luster, or that original copper weight, could turn a penny into $200 or more. Oh, get out your coin rolls, check those jars, and don't forget to look closely. The next rare find could be in your hand right now. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a treasure like this. Comment below if you've ever found a rare 1984 penny, or let us know what coin you want us to cover next. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and as always, happy hunting from Coin Collector Hub. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a small copper coin that's made a massive name for itself, the legendary 1986 1-cent Liberty coin. Yes, a coin that could be worth a jaw-dropping $213 million in today's market. Crazy, right? Let's explore the history, hidden features, rarity, and jaw-dropping value of this tiny but mighty piece of American currency. So buckle up, you don't want to miss this. With coin visuals and animations, the 1986 1-cent Liberty coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, may seem ordinary at first glance, but it's anything but ordinary. This coin belongs to a line of iconic American pennies that started in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The obverse of the coin features the classic Lincoln bust, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has lasted for over a century. On the reverse, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, but 1986. That year marked a turning point. America was deep into the Reagan era, the Cold War was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was making some subtle but impactful changes, especially in the materials and minting process of coins like this one. With magnified details and mint marks shown now, here's where it gets fascinating. In 1986, the U.S. Mint produced the penny using a copper-plated zinc composition, a shift from the pre-1982 solid bronze cents. The newer pennies were lighter, easier to produce, and cheaper, but they also became a collector's puzzle. There were three main mints that produced the 1986 Lincoln cent: Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco Mint. But what makes some 1986 pennies so valuable? The answer lies in rare minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and coins in exceptional uncirculated condition. Some of these coins were struck with misalignments, or doubled lettering, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. On cam with visuals of coin rolls and bank bags, the 1986 penny had a massive production run. We're talking over 4.5 billion coins from Philadelphia, around 4.1 billion from Denver, and about 3.3 million proof coins from San Francisco. With numbers like that, you'd think there's no way a 1986 cent could be rare. But here's the catch: most of these coins are heavily circulated, scratched, worn down, or corroded. Pristine examples. Near impossible to find. Combine that with rare minting errors and perfect grading by services like PCGS or NGC, and you've got a coin that's worth its weight in gold, and then some. Voiceover with dramatic tone, visuals of high-value coins, auctions, collectors holding coins. Now to the moment you've been waiting for. The current market value of a rare 1986 1-cent Liberty coin, in perfect uncirculated condition with rare errors, has reportedly reached a value of $213 million. Yes, $213 million. How is that possible? Coins with double die obverse errors have sold for thousands. Off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and even floating roof errors on the Lincoln Memorial have raked in tens of thousands. Combine those factors with a perfect MS-70 grade, meaning the coin is flawless under magnification, and you've got a coin that investors, museums, and elite collectors fight to own. It's like owning the Mona Lisa, but it fits in your pocket. Want to know if you might be sitting on a fortune? Here's what to look for: check for a clear mint mark. Is it D, S, or blank? Look for doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, a sign of double die. Is the coin perfectly centered? Or does it look off balance? Examine the Lincoln Memorial. Can you see the steps and columns clearly, and most importantly, get it graded? A coin may look great to the naked eye, but professional grading unlocks true market value. The 1986 1-cent Liberty coin is a hidden gem of American numismatics. What started as a simple penny has become a millionaire's dream, a reminder that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable value. So next time you go through your change, don't overlook those pennies. That small copper coin could be your ticket to history, and maybe even to $213 million. Thanks for joining us today on Coin Collector Hub. If you learned something new, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a 1986 penny, or any coin that surprised you with its value. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and remember, treasure might be closer than you think. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that's small in size but mighty in history and value, the 1992 1-cent Liberty coin. And guess what? Some of these coins are worth up to $213 today in the collector's market. So stick around, because we're about to unravel the mystery and the money behind this seemingly ordinary penny. Let's start from the beginning. The 1992 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln cent, is part of a long legacy that dates back to 1909, when the Lincoln design first debuted. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln, on its face. That change was revolutionary at the time and marked a major shift in American coinage. Now, fast forward to 1992, a transitional year filled with interesting developments in minting technology and design adjustments. The U.S. Mint produced the 1992 penny in 3 main locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and special proof versions minted in San Francisco. But here's where things get exciting. 1992 wasn't just any minting year. It was a year when a very rare variation accidentally made its way into circulation. This is where collectors go crazy. Most 1992 pennies, including proofs, were struck with what's known as a wide AM reverse. That means the A and M in America on the back of the coin have a noticeable gap between them. However, a few rare 1992 coins were minted with a close AM reverse, a design intended for later years. The spacing between the letters A and M is barely visible, making them nearly touch. This tiny difference is what skyrockets the coin's value. So why does this matter? The close AM reverse die wasn't meant to be used until 1993, but a few 1992 coins, including both the 1992 and 1992 D, were mistakenly struck with this design, making them extremely rare transitional errors. So, how much is it worth today? Let's break it down. A regular 1992 penny in circulated condition might only be worth 1 to 5 cents, but a 1992 D or 1992 close AM in uncirculated condition, those can fetch $1,000 to even $20,000 at auction depending on their grade. But here's the highlight: even the regular 1992 coin, when in excellent mint state or high-grade red condition, can reach a current market value of $213. Yes, for just 1 cent. Collectors are always searching for high-grade MS67 plus examples, strong red luster, and of course, the close AM reverse error. The combination of high grade and rarity is what gives this little copper-plated zinc coin such big-time value. Let's talk numbers and metal. 1992 Philadelphia Mint, 4.6 billion coins. 1992 D Denver Mint, 4.3 billion coins. 1992 S proofs, 3.3 million coins. Composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Plating weight, 2.5 grams. Despite those billions minted, very few were preserved in pristine condition, and even fewer were struck with the rare close AM reverse, making those coins exceptionally desirable. You might have a fortune in your change jar. Here's how to spot a valuable 1992 close AM penny. Flip the coin to the reverse, look at the word America. If the A and M are almost touching, congrats, you could have a rare close AM variety. Check for mint luster and signs of wear. For confirmation, use a magnifying glass or microscope and compare it with a known wide AM. Compare your coin with high-resolution images from PCGS or NGC certified examples. Real coins, real money. Let's look at some real auction results. In 1992, D close AM penny in MS64 red sold for $20,700 in a heritage auction. A standard 1992 penny in MS67 red sold for over $200. Validating our current market value estimate of $213. These coins continue to climb in value as more collectors enter the market and high-grade coins become harder to find. This coin proves that even pennies can be priceless. So, the 1992 1-cent Liberty coin isn't just a piece of pocket change. It's a slice of American history, a collector's dream, and a potential jackpot for those lucky enough to find the rare varieties. Check your pocket change, look for mint marks, inspect the reverse for that close M, and preserve high-grade coins in coin flips or capsules, because one day, your little 1992 penny might just be worth a whole lot more than face value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1992 1-cent Liberty coin, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and ring that bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Drop a comment if you found any rare 1992 coins. We love hearing from the collector community. Thanks for watching Coin Collector Hub, where every coin tells a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the legacy, value, and mystery behind one of the most intriguing pennies in circulation, the 1993 1-cent Liberty coin. Yes, you heard that right. This humble copper-plated penny, minted in Denver in 1993, may seem ordinary at first glance, but it hides a jaw-dropping value of $213 million in today's market, under the right circumstances. So grab your coin jars, magnifiers, and get ready, because this is one story you won't want to miss. The story of the 1993 1-cent coin is part of a much larger and deeply patriotic American tradition. This coin belongs to the legendary Lincoln Cent series, which first debuted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The original reverse featured wheat ears until it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial, and then by the shield design in 2010. But in 1993, we were still seeing the iconic Lincoln Memorial design. Now let's fast forward to 1993, a year of growth and transition in America. Bill Clinton was sworn in as president. Jurassic Park ruled the box office. And in the Denver Mint, millions of pennies were being struck, one of them potentially worth millions today. The 1993 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the small D mint mark beneath the date. Here are the key specs: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating, 2.5 grams, 19.05 mm. Plain obverse, President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the motto, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," to the left. Reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, "United States of America, E pluribus unum," and 1 cent. In 1993, the Denver Mint produced over 6.4 billion 1-cent coins. That makes it seem common, right? Well, not quite. While billions of these coins were produced, only a few have become legends. You see, among those mass-produced cents, rare errors, misstrikes, and high-grade coins emerged. And those are what coin collectors dream of. Let's break this down: rare varieties and errors, off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clipped planchets, transitional planchet errors. Coins graded MS-67 red and higher are extremely hard to find. A near-perfect strike, untouched by circulation, with blazing red color and sharp detail, can fetch thousands, or much more. And here's where it gets interesting: one high-grade 1993 D penny, reported to be a flawless MS-70 specimen with an ultra-rare die variation, was rumored to sell in a private auction for a jaw-dropping $213 million. Now, while such sales are hard to authenticate due to privacy and secrecy in high-end collecting circles, it sparked major buzz in the numismatic community. So what's the actual value of a 1993 D penny? Here's a breakdown based on grade and condition. Face value: 1 cent 25 cents, $3 around $10 to $20, $50, $100, $200, $350, $1,000 plus rumored flawless MS-70/rare error piece, alleged $213 million private sale. While that $213 million coin is still under debate, what's clear is that this penny has made headlines and continues to capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. If you're hoping to find your own treasure, here's what to look for: bright, uncirculated coins with full red luster. Look for doubled lettering. Check for off-center strikes, unusual markings, or even missing elements. Always use a magnifier or coin loop. Send potential rare finds to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. And don't forget, even a single cent can change your life. There you have it, folks, the incredible story of the 1993 D1-cent Liberty coin. From humble beginnings in the Denver Mint to a whispered $213 million value, this penny proves that sometimes, the most valuable things are hiding right in plain sight. So check your piggy banks, roll up those sleeves, and keep collecting, because you never know what treasure you might hold in your hands. Got a 1993 D penny? Found something unusual? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a coin that could make you rich. From Behold Coin, where every coin has a story. See you in the next one. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a seemingly ordinary coin, the 1994 D1-cent Liberty coin, a penny that might just be sitting in your pocket, worth up to $213 million. That's right. This isn't just any old penny. The 1994 D penny has a story packed with history, mystery, and money. Let's uncover why this little copper gem is turning heads in the numismatic world over B-roll of minting machines and old coinage photos. The story of the 1994 D1-cent Liberty coin begins in the heart of Denver, Colorado, at the legendary Denver Mint, where it was struck with a bold D mint mark. But to truly appreciate this coin, we need to rewind the clock a bit. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, was created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse and, originally, wheat ears on the reverse. In 1959, that changed to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, celebrating the 150th anniversary of his birth. This design was used until 2008. That means the 1994 D penny falls into what collectors call the Memorial Cent era, a time when billions of these coins were produced, yet only a few rose to legendary status. Holds up a chart showing composition. By 1994, the U.S. Mint had switched from nearly pure copper pennies to copper-plated zinc. That means this penny is mostly zinc, 97.5%, with only a thin outer layer of copper, but don't let the low metal value fool you. It's not the materials, it's the rarity, condition, and potential mint errors that make this coin pure gold for collectors. Camera zooms into close-ups of the coin. So, why is this coin worth millions? Here are the top reasons. High-grade rarity. Most pennies enter circulation and get beat up over time. But finding a 1994 D penny in near-perfect mint state condition is extremely rare. Only a handful of coins from that year and mint have survived in such pristine condition. When one of those shows up at auction, collectors go wild. Double die and mint errors. Some 1994 D pennies have what we call double die obverse errors, where the lettering or Lincoln's features are slightly duplicated. Others show off-center strikes, die cracks, or even missing design elements. These minting mistakes can multiply a coin's value tenfold, or more. Low population in MS grade. Out of the billions minted, less than a few hundred 1994 D pennies exist in certified high-grade condition today. This creates massive demand and skyrocketing value. Gestures to price chart on screen. Let's break down the market value of the 1994 D penny in today's collector scene. 1 cent to $0.10, $5 to $25, $100 to $500 plus $10,000, $50, 000 up to $213 million. Yes, you heard that right. That's right, a verified, flawless, museum-worthy 1994 D penny with the right combination of error and grade is rumored to have fetched $213 million in private collector circles and exclusive auctions. While this might sound unbelievable, remember, collectors have paid hundreds of millions for rare stamps, art, and yes, even coins. This is the power of rarity, history, and collector passion. Shows examples of errors and key features. Here's what to look for. Sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and jawline. Bold, clean strike. No surface nicks or spots. Clear, D mint mark. Possible errors. Double die, off-center strike, die cracks. Always use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass to inspect closely. Submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Animated coin facts flash across the screen. Over 7.1 billion 1994 D pennies were struck, but less than 0.00001% are investment-grade coins. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 mm. It has appeared in numerous collectors' guides as a modern marvel. Rumors swirl of a billionaire who paid $213 million for one in 2021, on camera, holding a coin flip with the penny. So next time you're digging through your change jar or checking your grandparents' old coin stash, keep an eye out for that tiny D mint mark from 1994. You never know, you might just be holding on to millions. Tell us in the comments if you've ever come across a rare penny, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next $1 million coin. Subscribe to behold coin where history, treasure, and curiosity collide. Today, we're digging deep into a coin that's often overlooked but could be worth a fortune, the 1994 1-cent Liberty coin from the United States. Before we get into the specifics of the 1994 penny, let's take a step back and explore the legendary roots of the Lincoln cent itself. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was a major shift in U.S. coinage. For the first time ever, a real person, a president, was featured on a circulating American coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent carried the initials VDB at the bottom of the reverse on the early 1909 versions. The coin's reverse initially showcased two wheat stalks, known to collectors as the wheat penny. In 1959, that changed to the Lincoln Memorial design, celebrating Lincoln's 150th birthday. Fast forward to 1994, and we find ourselves in the heart of the Lincoln Memorial era. The coin minted this year holds much more value than meets the eye, especially when it comes to condition, rarity, and striking errors. The 1994 1-cent coin was struck in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Over 6.5 billion coins were minted in total across all locations that year. Here's the breakdown: Philadelphia mint, 6.5 billion coins; Denver mint, 7.1 billion coins; San Francisco mint, 2.5 million proof coins. The composition of these coins was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a standard formula since 1982 when copper became too expensive for mass production. Now, let's talk about why this coin, which is worth just 1 cent face value, can be worth so much more. Here's what makes a 1994 penny valuable: coins with mint errors are goldmines for collectors. A 1994 penny with double die errors, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet errors have fetched hundreds to thousands of dollars at auctions. These specially made proof coins have mirror-like finishes and are struck multiple times to bring out the detail. A pristine 1994 S-proof Lincoln cent graded PR 70 DCAM by PCGS or NGC can be worth over $1,000. Regular 1994 pennies found in circulation can be valuable too, but only if they are in mint state, meaning they have never been used and show no signs of wear. An MS-67 red 1994 penny can go for $300 to $900, depending on demand and auction. And if you're lucky enough to find a unique variety or discovery coin, its value can skyrocket exponentially. Now you might be wondering, can a 1994 penny really be worth $213 million? And the answer is, under extreme rarity, historical error, and collector demand, yes, it's possible. While no publicly sold 1994 penny has yet hit that jaw-dropping figure, some collectors estimate unique error specimens, held in private collections or vaults, could command this kind of value in a future auction. In the world of collectibles, it only takes one-of-a-kind rarity, the right buyer, and the perfect condition to push a coin into the nine-figure territory. So, the $213 million claim. It's symbolic of the extreme potential, a unicorn-level valuation, that's possible when all the stars align. So how can you find a valuable 1994 penny? Here are some quick tips: check your change. Most valuable finds come from everyday pockets. Use a loupe or magnifying glass. Look closely for doubling on the date or letters. Look for red color. Red pennies are more desirable than brown or red-brown. Send it for grading. If your coin looks perfect, it might be worth getting certified by PCGS or NGC. Join online collector forums. You can share photos and get insights from the pros, and remember, even if your penny isn't worth a fortune, it could still be a beautiful piece of American history. The 1994 1-cent Liberty coin is more than just a penny. It's a story of history, heritage, and hidden value. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or are a seasoned expert, this little copper zinc coin from the 90s might just surprise you. Thanks for watching Behold Coin. If you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin breakdowns. Have you ever found a 1994 penny with a mint error or in mint state? Tell us your story in the comments below. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change, because treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Today's market, yes, you heard that right. A single cent potentially worth hundreds of dollars. Let's break down the history, hidden value, collector significance, and everything in between. The year was 1995, a pivotal time in U.S. history. Bill Clinton was serving his first term as president, the internet was rapidly expanding, and the U.S. Mint was still crafting one of the most iconic coins in American currency. The Lincoln Cent. The 1995 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is part of a lineage that dates all the way back to 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This 1995 edition continued with the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been in use since 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. It's made from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a change that had been introduced in 1982 to combat rising metal costs. But why is the 1995 penny suddenly such a hot topic among collectors? Well, that leads us to one of the most exciting parts of its history. 1995 is a legendary year for Lincoln cents because of one infamous variety that turned heads, the 1995 double die obverse. What's that? A double die obverse means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin had a slight misalignment, causing elements like the word liberty and in God we trust to appear slightly doubled. This error was most prominent in coins minted in Philadelphia, without a mint mark, and guess what? That tiny error skyrocketed the value of this coin. While regular 1995 cents may not be extraordinary at first glance, this variety is a collector's goldmine. Even worn examples can fetch $20 to $50, while uncirculated or mint state examples can go as high as $200 to $500, depending on condition and certification. But wait, it gets better. Some pristine MS-67 red examples have reportedly sold for over $1,000 at auctions. Exploding heads. So next time you see a 1995 penny, you must take a close look, it might just have that magical doubling effect. Let's talk about value, the real heart of coin collecting. Most 1995 pennies in everyday circulation are considered common, especially those without errors. Over 6.4 billion of them were minted in Philadelphia alone, with an additional 7.1 billion in Denver. So naturally, if your penny is worn, dirty, or damaged, its value remains at 1 cent. However, collectors are very specific. They're on the lookout for brilliant uncirculated examples, full red coloration coins with high grades from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and of course, that famous double die variety, in circulated but nice condition. A standard 1995 D penny might be worth 5 to 10 cents. But if it's uncirculated and graded MS-65 or higher, that value can jump to $5, $25. And for those truly rare, gem-quality coins, or the double die error, we're talking up to $213 or more, depending on market demand and rarity. That's a massive leap from a humble penny to serious cash. As of April 2025, the 1995 1-cent Liberty coin is seeing a resurgence in interest. Why? Several reasons. A growing interest in coin collecting, especially among younger generations, viral TikTok and YouTube videos showcasing pennies worth hundreds, and the ever-present hope of finding a rare double die variety in your pocket change. Currently, MS-67 RD graded 1995 double die cents are consistently commanding $200 to $300, while the finest known examples are reaching the $800 to $1,000 plus range. even standard uncirculated coins in high grades are seeing upward momentum. So yes, a penny could indeed be worth $213 today, if it's in the right condition and with the right characteristics. Now, here's what you need to look for if you want to cash in on this copper treasure: strong, visible doubling on Liberty and in God we trust, sharp, red luster, indicating little to no circulation, no major scratches, dings, or discoloration, preferably graded or at least well preserved, and don't forget to use a magnifying glass. Some doubling can be subtle to the untrained, so, next time you're digging through your change, keep your eyes peeled for that magical 1995 penny. And there you have it, folks, the incredible story of the 1995 1-cent Liberty coin. From humble beginnings to potential riches, this little coin packs a serious punch. So, go check your jars, drawers, and piggy banks, you just might be holding onto a small fortune. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment below with any rare coins you found, and don't forget to subscribe to Behold Coin for more amazing coin stories every week. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep the history alive, one coin at a time. Today's episode is all about the 1999 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, a little copper-plated gem that's got a big story and, believe it or not, can be worth up to $213 or even more in today's market. If you've got a jar of old pennies lying around or love hunting through your change, this is one episode you absolutely do not want to miss. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1999 D. 1-cent coin. Let's go back in time for a moment. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the profile of our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, commemorating his 100th birthday, but today, we zoom in on a specific modern issue, the 1999 D. Lincoln Cent, minted in Denver, Colorado. Now, 1999 was the last year before the U.S. Mint ushered in a new millennium and prepared for drastic coin design changes in the coming years. Though millions were made, there are hidden gems in the 1999 D batch. And if you know what to look for, your humble penny might just be a miniature fortune. The 1999 D. 1-cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D. Mint mark located just under the year on the coin's obverse. In total, the Denver Mint produced a whopping 6.4 billion Lincoln cents in 1999, yes, that's billion with a B. The coin is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, part of the post-1982 composition change when the Mint shifted away from solid copper to zinc-cored coins due to rising metal costs. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 and used until 2008, showing a tiny statue of Lincoln visible between the columns, a tribute to the great man's lasting legacy. Now you might be wondering, if there were billions made, how can the 1999 D be valuable? Great question. The key lies in errors, condition, and rarity. While the average circulated coin may not be worth more than face value, collectors are paying big bucks for high-grade uncirculated pieces, rare mint errors, and unique varieties. Here's what boosts its value, especially on the date, motto, or Lincoln's profile. Where part of the design is missing or misaligned. Those interesting raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by damage to the dies. Rare cases where the cent was struck on a dime planchet, and of course, condition is everything. A pristine, red luster MS 67 plus grade coin can command major money from collectors. Let's talk money. While your everyday worn-out 1999 D penny might go unnoticed, the true treasures are in top-tier condition. According to auction records and coin dealers, MS 65 red graded coins are valued at $10 to $25. MS 66 red can reach up to $75, and an MS 67 red. That's where things heat up, often selling for $150 to $213 or more depending on demand. Collectors are especially drawn to full red-toned coins, meaning they still have that shiny, coppery brilliance from the mint, a tough feature to maintain over decades, and error coins. Even more exciting, in 1999, D cent with a strong double die obverse sold $4 200 plus off-center strikes have been auctioned for $300 to $400. A rare wrong planchet coin fetched nearly $600. So how can you score one of these valuable 1999 D cents? Start by checking your change, especially rolls of pennies from the bank. Visit estate sales, flea markets, or antique shops. You never know what's sitting in a forgotten jar. Coin shows and dealer collections can also turn up premium condition cents. Use a magnifier and a grading guide. Look closely at the mint mark, the date, Lincoln's jawline, and lettering for signs of doubling or imperfections that if you think you've got something special, consider sending it off to PCGS or NGC for professional grading, a small investment that could dramatically increase your coin's resale value. Now, let's talk long-term. Why might the 1999 D1 cent continue to rise in value? It marks the end of an era before the 21st century redesigns. Premium mint state examples are shrinking as coins wear down or disappear. Rare errors will always drive demand in the collector's market. As more collectors enter the hobby, especially younger ones through apps and YouTube, demand for older cents is only increasing. Today's $213 coin might be tomorrow's $500 treasure. So, what are you waiting for? Dig through those penny jars, grab a magnifying glass, and start hunting for your very own 1999 D Lincoln cent. That 1 cent you overlooked today could be the $213 surprise of your lifetime, and remember, every coin tells a story. Yours might just be worth telling, and cashing in. Have you ever found a valuable 1999 D penny or another rare cent? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another coin that could change your fortune, right here on Coin Collector Hub. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!